Anyway, so we're doing marketing your listing today. And you've been in my class before, you know that these are all applets over on the left side. All kinds of different things you can do. I have contacts, smart plans, and opportunities and referrals. There's all kinds of applets. The one we're doing today is designs. Okay, and that looks sort of like, you click on it for you. It's like a, you're right there. It sort of hovers over it, get the word. Oh, here's Daniel. Okay, come on in. All right, so I'm going to click on designs. And when I'm creating a design, I'm going to start with the templates. Right, so I'm not going to just start from scratch, you know, trying to put it together myself. Let's say that I wanted to do, I'm going to use an open house as an example first. We'll just do that example. Let's say I have an open house coming up. I'm going to start by, in the upper left corner, trying to get this Zoom thing out of the way, click import design. There we go. Ugh. Let's try this again. Import design. Let's try create design. All right, we'll just do it that way. I could do create design instead. We'll just try that one. Okay. Is yours doing that too?
Oh, yeah, look, yeah.
Single sign on there.
No, we're all having an error. All of us are trying to do it. And whether I do import design or create design, I'm running into an error.
Yeah,
Are you getting the same error?
Okay, I'm gonna try it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you say import design.
Hmm. Hey, look, it's going. Yay!
Oh, you guys, oh.
Sometimes I think it will. Am I right? I feel like sometimes it just in the middle of updating something that I can get. Yes. Good. I went out and came back in a couple times and now all of a sudden it's just started working. Okay. So I'm in this design thing right now. There's so much you can do here. We're going to cover a piece of it, but play around here because there's a lot I can do with design and commands. Kind of fun. And it opens up kind of this separate place. You saw how it said like designer, right? It's like a whole separate thing is opening to get into all the graphic stuff that you can do. And I always like to start by choosing a template. Okay, so I'm gonna, at the top, you have a thing that says choose a template. Okay, because I don't want to make a whole flyer from, from the start. You might have to click choose a template twice, but what I want you to see is this on the left side. Okay, when you have this on the left side, then you're where I want you to be. Okay, you there? Now, so I want you to I want you to hit import design until what I'm looking for is I want to see this stuff on the left side. If that's what, click import design again if you don't see that. Yeah, click it. All right, so here's what we got on the left side. These are all categories. We see coming soon. So if my listing is coming soon, I've got some options. If my listing is there's some listing things right here. This is an auto create. I'm going to close that one up. Under listings, I have coming soon, for sale, just listed, sold. Okay, other options, listing presentation. So let's just start by, we said we wanted to do an open house, right? So I'm going to click on open house just to see what open house options I have. All right. Central listing. there's a glare on your screen.
Yeah.
I can't see your screen unless I like right up. All right, and at the top, you can see it tells you the different types of documents you have. So if you know you want a flyer, you could click on flyers. If you know you wanted a social post, you could click on that. So let's just start with, let's just do a social post real quick. Okay, so click on one of the social post ones. Let's just go, okay. On social, whichever one you like. I don't care. Anyone, doesn't matter. Okay, and then whichever one you click on, you're gonna see a number of signs that are available. Okay, you're in social square. Which, yeah, it's okay, you can grow in different ones. It's really, what we're about to do works the same, whether it's, you know, a wide social post, a square, it just doesn't really matter. Okay. So when you're looking at this now, look and see one that you like the look of. Anyone you like, doesn't matter. You're gonna hover over it and you'll see the word use. And if I click on use, it's gonna open it up and it's ready for me to start editing it. Get it? Okay. Yeah, that's just giving you, like, the first time you use it, it's telling you about things, but we don't need to see it right now. Just hit skip. Yeah. Okay. All right. So to start off, let's just start changing this little social post to be whatever I want it to be. Okay, so if you let's see, I'm gonna pull up a listing. Okay, here we go. See if that one's mine. Come on in. This is on market your listing. It's on using commands to make open house flyers and things like that. Yeah, come on in. You're at the wrong listing. All right, so within your, when you have that social post open, okay, what we're going to do is tell it which listing we're trying to do a post for. So over on the left side of the screen, you'll see a thing that says KWLS, Keller Williams listing. And I'm going to put in the address of the property. I could also do the listing agent if I wanted to, or the MLS number. Oops, yeah, I misspelled Baltimore. Did I find it anyway? It did. Look, even though I misspelled it. How about that? Okay. All right, so what we've done so far is I opened up a social post that I wanted to edit. You have to click on where the designs were at the bottom. I opened up a social post I wanted to edit. And then I clicked on KWLS. I typed the street address of a property that I'm going to be hosting this open house on. And now I'm going to select it. If you don't have your own listing to work with, you can use mine. You can just use this address to play with. I did 1827 Main Street in Baltimore. I'm going to design. That says from design, you're going to click in for design. So there you go. And after it gets there, you're going to feel right here. Yeah. Okay, good. And you selected the listing. Okay, good. Excellent. Okay, you can choose a template and you might have to hit it twice. Okay, good. On your listing, you're gonna go to open house and then pick a social post. All right, so I went into command. I opened up the templates. I decided I'm going to do an open house social post. So I went under listings and found open house, and I was looking at all the things I could do for open house, flyers, social posts, whatever. Chose a social post. And now I want to put the information from this into here. I'm gonna get a photo from here. Okay, so I typed in the address of my property. Look, I misspelled Baltimore and it still found it, which is pretty good. And this is the one that's my listing right here. Okay, so I'm gonna select it. I could have searched by the, I could have also searched by the listing agent or the MLS number, but I chose property address. Like, do it off the top of my head. Okay, so I want to take one of the photos from here and put it here. All right, so that's the very first thing I do. This is just a template, right? This is just a fake kitchen. I don't want that. I want one of the actual photos from my listing to show up here. All right, so here's how I'm going to do that. On the template, okay, I've got this photo selected here that I don't want to use. So on the template, I clicked on the photo that I don't want to use. And now I can click on a photo over in this listing and it'll put it in its place. This is going to be nicer when we get to the open house stuff you're going to see in a second.
I'm sorry, how do I put in the address?
See, we clicked on the EWLS. And then from there you can search the address. Click on the photo that you don't want here. Okay, and you can delete that and put a new one in. So when I'm editing the social post, I'm kind of just doing one thing at a time, right? I'm going to look through it and see things I don't want to have in here or things that need to be changed. Okay, so if I want, I can delete a photo. I can drag things over. Where it says open house, I need to change this text, right? To say when my open house is. So for any text that I'm going to change, I'm going to double click on it and just start changing it. The next one is going to have a secret trick that'll be a little bit more fun. This one is going to just take a second. November 11th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Right, so I'm going to change whatever text I'm going to change. I'll put more images on there if I want to. Let's say you want a picture of yourself on there. Okay, you want your headshot on there. Okay. It's not that important that we have the exact text here. Like, I don't care about that. Like, we're doing this for faith, right? It's mostly important that you understand like how to change things, right? So I can just go in and change text. If let's say I wanted to bring in a photo. Okay, if under images, there's a lot of stock images, like images that you can use that's not appropriate for an open house. But where it says my assets, that's where you can add photos yourself. Okay, so you can see in my command, I already have pictures of myself added in. To add a photo of yourself, then you're going to click add image. Okay, and then on your computer, you've already got a photo of yourself somewhere, and you're just going to add it to it, just like you would upload any other thing. Get that? Into my assets.
Oh, yeah, forgetting that.
Yeah, my assets. Yeah. After I click my assets, then if I've got a file on my computer, I could just upload it. Okay, we're going to pretend I did that because I already have mine here. And then if I wanted to, I could put my photo over here. I can resize it. Okay, whatever I want to do.
Make it small.
Yeah, if it comes in so big, you're going to drag the handles to make it smaller. Yeah. And when I have, let me just show you this. When there's already a photo here and I want to put another in its place, watch how I do this. I can just drag the photo on top of that other photo and it's in the same size as the one before. Okay.
So if there's already a photo there, you just drag the photo over, drop it on top, and it'll pull it in. It's the same size. Okay. All right,
And this is, we're just going like, that's a slide.
we're doing a social post.
That's what-
Right, so I want to put this on Facebook,
Okay,
that I've got an open house coming up this weekend. Now, if I were really doing this, I would take the time to change all of this information. I'm not gonna do that now, just so we can do some more things. Okay, but you get the point. It's not that important to change everything now. What we wanna do is we choose which one we want, right? And then we change the photos, we change the text,
so, yeah.
okay? And then, this is important, when you're ready to put it on Facebook, you've got to download it. All right, so look up here, let me just show you this. See this button right here? Did you get that? Okay. It doesn't matter, like,
Okay.
what we care about is learning, it doesn't have to be pretty after class to make it pretty, because it doesn't really matter. Here's the important part though. See this little button right here? Do you see this? Looks like an arrow pointing down. That's how you download it. Okay, so pretend I sat and fixed this up and got this looking beautiful. I'm then gonna go click that arrow for download. Okay, and it'll give me a choice of what I want. If I'm doing this to put on Facebook, I'm gonna do a JPEG.
Oh, right.
Yeah, if you're doing a social post, you want to do JPEG. You can choose how high you want the quality, and then you click download and your social post is done. Ready for you to put it on Facebook.
What quality should it be? Facebook, how do you know?
It doesn't matter that much on for Facebook, even a low quality one that's pretty good on Facebook.
If you download it.
Then you go to Facebook and you get the post and you upload it. Yes, this is just making a social post. If this graphic, I could also just text this to somebody. You know, I'm talking about the open house, so I don't have to just use it for a social post, all the social posts. You could easily just text that image to somebody.
Even if it's actually be anything.
You do JPEG, yeah, JPEG is really good for that. All right, I'm gonna do another quick one, okay? I'm gonna do an open house flyer, so let's try this real quick. All right, so I'm gonna go back, we're gonna do this whole thing again. I'm not gonna save it because I don't really care. All right, we're still doing an open house. Oh, we did?
No, I don't have.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so in my open house, let's say now I want to actually do a flyer. Okay, instead of doing a social post, now I want to do a flyer.
Where did we go then?
All right, so you're gonna keep pinging back till you get back to this screen where we were before. Okay, I can hit choose a template until I see all of this stuff on the left. That's what I'm looking for, is this list on the left of all of my options. If you don't see those options, click choose a template again. We want to put choose a template again until I see this on the left side. Okay, so this is my list of things I can make here. Okay. Everybody choose the template? You're gonna just click that. I might get just back. Save it. Good. All right. We're gonna click choose a template. You might have to click it twice. I'm gonna see that list on the left side. I think we got it good. Okay. All right, so from here, again, under the listing section, I'm doing an open house. All right, I want to go open house, but this time I'm going to make a flyer. So I just got everybody on the same page. Now I'm clicking on flyer so that I see only things that are flyer sized. Okay, that gives me, just limits it down to that. And same idea. I'm going to find one that I like. And then I'm going to click use. And it opens it up. Just like before, we're not going to take the time to do this whole flyer all the way because we don't really need to do that. But it's the same idea. I'm going to go to KWLS
I'm gonna put in my address that I'm using. Okay. Once I put in my address, I'm gonna click select to select the right one. Okay. And now I'm seeing all the pictures. Like, just like I did before. Okay, so I'm hoping for everybody to be on this screen here, just like I have. Right, so we're great.
Yeah,
Okay.
I use. them.
Oh, good, 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 good. Yeah, you can listen by all means, you through. Okay, good. Yeah, you shouldn't have to use a photo around at all. Yeah, you shouldn't. Okay, so once you're on this screen, here's what I want to show you. In a lot of places, I don't even have to drag images over. When I'm on a flyer, in most places, there's a different way to change an image. So if you will watch up here for a second, I'm going to do it and show you, and then you can try it. I'm going to select the photo that I want to replace. Here's the photo I don't want. I'm going to look at the photos and find the picture I do want instead. And instead of clicking on it, watch this, I'm hovering over it. Do you see how those little icons popped up? And I'm going to click on the one that looks like two arrows going in different directions. And that replaces my photo. So to put it right in this spot, in exactly the spot at exactly the size of the other one. All right, so take a second and do that for all three photos. Click on the one you don't want first. Go to the one you do want instead and click on that double arrow. Yeah, isn't that cool? I know.
Well, I'm back.
Yeah. No, but it's great. It's so nice. How
Yeah, now
easy it is. The photos are right there. Pop it right in. Working for you?
Yeah. but my computer's not it.
Oh, do you plug in?
Yeah.
Gotcha. There's outlets there. There's one on the side. Okay.
Good.
Yeah. I know. You can see how this would be pretty quick.
That would be good.
Pretty quick to just do a quick flyer, right? Okay, same idea. We also need to change a whole bunch of text. I want to show you a little bit more about text that we didn't see before. Okay, so just watch up here for a second. Let me show you something I didn't show you before. Okay, this is a text box that look right, it's pretty small for me to see it right now, right? Now I could zoom in if I wanted to, but still, sometimes I find it hard to edit text when I'm looking at it in its formatting. Sometimes it's like in italics or weird fonts or tiny. Sometimes it's just hard to edit the text like that. So there's another trick you can use for editing text. Here's what I'm doing is I clicked on the text box, okay, to select it. And then at the top of your screen, my screen isn't wide enough to show it. So I had to scroll to the right, but I'm looking for the tool that looks like this. It's a black square and a white square with a line in between. And if you hover over it, it's called typewriter. Okay, so find the one that has typewriter. You might have to click the toolbar, the arrow on the toolbar to go to the right. Okay, but when you click on typewriter, look what happens. It just pulls up the text. Nice, big, clear, so you can just edit it. You don't have to sit there and fuss with changing the text in it. Did you see that? So click on some text first. You have to do that first, and then you can click on typewriter. This one that looks like a black square. There you go. You get it. Good it too? Okay. Yes, I like this much better because it's so much easier to edit. All right, so I'll pretend I made some changes there, and then I click Save Changes. So my next step is to go through the whole flyer, go to each piece of text and change it. While you're changing it, you can do other things too. Like if you want, you could use a different font, make the size bigger or smaller, add some bold. You know, all the regular text formatting things that you normally do, you still can do here. All right, any questions before we move on? We're not going to take the time to make it all pretty and finish it. I just see how to do it. You're going to, you know, when you next open house, you know what to do. Now, when I'm printing this one, I'm not gonna do a JPEG. Because what I wanna do with this one is I'm gonna print it on the printer here, right? I'm gonna print out 20 copies of it on the printer here and bring it with me to your house. Or better yet, you're gonna print out 75 copies of it and go door knock up on neighborhood. Right? Yeah.
It's a lot of paper.
It is a lot of paper and it's a lot of doors to knock, but I'll tell you, if you try it, you might be surprised. You might have some good deals out of it. I've gotten listings from it, you know, just knock on doors. Most of the time people don't answer the door, right? And that's just, shades, you know, that's okay. If they don't talk, it's okay, leave the flyer there. If they do talk to me, I can leave the flyer. But I kind of got bored out of the neighborhood and some of the people might talk about it.
So what did you say you want the flyer?
So yeah, it's not JPEG. We're gonna do something different. So here's what we're doing. We're gonna go to the same button we did before, that one for download. But this time we're gonna do PDF standard. And you're gonna see two things in here that say PDF. PDF standard is the one you use if you're printing it on the printer yourself. Okay, if you just want to download a PDF and print it, you're using PDF standard. The only time you're going to use the other PDF one, that says PDF for printing, that is only if you're sending it off to a professional company to print for you. Okay, so some people do that with their listing presentation. They do their listing presentation and then send it off to be printed like on nicer paper or something like that. Yeah, so that's where you're gonna do that. And most of the time you're gonna do PDF standard. And then once you download it, if I do PDF standard, okay, and then I hit download, it's downloaded onto my computer, and now I could just go ahead and print it out, you know, print out a bunch of copies and go knock on some doors. Yeah. All right. All right, so going back. All right, so I'm gonna just go back to I'm clicking on templates to go back and look at my templates. Actually, I'm gonna click home. I don't even want to see all of them. I just want to get all the way home, get out of here. Because like I said, we're not gonna finish it. It doesn't need to be done. When you have a real open house, you can go ahead and take the time to do it. But I want to make sure I show you enough things. Okay. So while we're here, just take a second and scroll through the options on the left. Because what you just learned how to do, you just did a social media post, a sort of house, and a flyer for a house. You could use everything you just did to create a lot of other things. Okay, so right now it's November. So if I go down to the holiday section and click on November, this is how I can do a little Thanksgiving post. This changing your clocks back, that was an option there. Veterans Day, so they're divided by month, and you already know how to do it. Everything you just did is exactly what you're gonna do if you wanted to make a holiday post.
So we went to what, months?
Yeah, over on the left side,
That's fine.
okay, under the left side, there's a section called holiday.
Oh,
And below holiday, it's split up by month, and each month has its own holidays.
I see.
Yeah. Do you get it?
Can you do a JPEG for that?
Yes, anytime it's an online image, use JPEG. And when you're printing something, do PDF. Yep.
Yeah.
So you're going to use these holidays a lot. You're also going to use the listings one a lot. You know, you'll see a lot. I see people use those a lot. Listing presentation. I did a couple of weeks ago. I had a whole class on the listing presentation. But it's sort of what you just learned how to do. You know, it's just a longer document. You know, it's 32 pages long or something like that. But it's the same idea. You're going page by page. You're changing out pictures. You're updating the text. You know, you just take your time step by step and go through it. Okay, same idea. You already know how to do it. All right, I want to show you some fancy stuff now. Ready for this? Just wait, there's more. All right, I'm just going to open another. we'll do this one first. Okay. All right, we did it the slow way before. I'm gonna show you a secret trick first. So where you are right now, at the very top, you see a thing that says auto create? Okay, go to auto create and pick a category. Coming soon, for sale, just listed, open house, whatever one you want. I'm gonna do just sold, just for kicks. All right, so choose a category. Okay. Everybody have a category opened? Okay. In the upper right corner, click on auto create. Did you see where I did that? See auto create right here? Click on auto create. And then put in the property address. It's a little jumpy. You're gonna find you type a couple letters and then it kind of hops. That's just a known issue. Have an address in there? It is, just take your time. Yeah. Did you click? Okay, so what we did. Real slow and watch it. All right. All right, so I put my listing in there. Here's my listing. I'm going to select it. All right. The Zoom window out of the way and then click continue. Okay, verify all the information. Okay, so change it if you need to and then click continue. Verify all the information. Okay, once you are done verifying the information, hit generate design and look what happens. Wow, I know. Isn't that crazy? All right, so in this one, mine only did a couple things, but it pulled in all the information automatically. I'm going to do it instead of just sold. I'm going to do another one that has, refresh folder. Hold on, let me go forward. You might have to refresh as it's doing things. You might have to update a couple things here and there. Yeah, but look what it did. So, and your logo, you might have to update. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes I've had to do that, but it made a whole bunch of stuff for me. It already has my name in there and my phone number in there. It already has the price in there. It has all the information from the listing, and in just a few seconds, made a bunch of stuff.
You might have to update the picture.
Maybe you want to change something. Maybe you don't like the picture it fits. You know how to do it now, though, right? You're just going to double click on it and change it. At least, but you get pretty far in just like a couple of clicks, right? With the auto create.
So there's your stuff in my assets.
Yeah, it'll be stuff in your assets. Right, so if it's not in your assets, like on this, I'm not using it. It's not here. It's not only that, but I'm the lab advisor, so I can't. Yes, I'm the biggest tester, so sometimes I'm testing something and it doesn't quite work. Okay, I'm doing it so that you don't have to, you know? But anyway, I just love how it gets you pretty far, and then you just have a couple changes to make. Right? So then you can pick on one. Yeah, you just pick on one of this. It's like 90% done, and then you just make the last few changes. Yeah. All right. Gonna show you something else cool. Just because it's fun. Oh, and there's just something cool I forgot to show you. Totally kind of off topic. I just want to show you this because I think it's great. If you click on designs, okay, so you can see I'm back in the main design screen, and we did import design. You know how to do all this, okay? Getting to my templates. There are some designs. There are some designs that you're not going to find in this list, but if you know what they are and you type them, you can find them. And one that I love, I just love this. If I click up in the search bar, okay, and look, I'm going to just type the word activity. Where is it? Here it is. Okay. Do you see what this thing right here? This house hunting with Riley. I love this little thing. If you type the word activity, you can make your own like coloring and activity book. So what I do with this is I give it to buyer clients who bring their kids with them on all this. I can edit it and put my own phone number in there and put my own picture on there. And it's a 12-page activity booklet that you can just print out on the printer. Okay, I buy those little tiny boxes of crayons. You know, I always buy like in September, I'll buy a bunch of them. And then when I'm on working with a buyer who has a kid with them, I give them like a box of crayons and a little 12-page activity booklet. You know, kind of cute. Yeah.
Oh, you said that.
Yeah.
So how would you print it?
Just like remember how we did before, just download it,
You got download it.
download it as a PDF. And then you print it. And once you do it one time, you're gonna put your name and phone number on here one time. Download it now on your computer, and now you're using this thing forever. You're not going back to design each time. You've already got it. Anytime you need them, you print 10 more. And now you've got them sitting there to give you something. Yeah, cool. So go back. It's in the go to the templates and in the search bar type the word activity. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. All right. A couple more things to show you. Watch my clock really well here. All right. So when I'm in my opportunity, okay, let me just go to my opportunities. This. Okay. And this is mostly appropriate for listings. Okay. All right, so I've got Mickey Mouse listing here. All right, that's the one I play with all the time. So you see, you're not familiar with opportunities. Opportunities are you're going to create an opportunity whenever you have a person who says they want to buy or sell or lease in the next 12 months. Okay, you don't wait until you're about to, you know, get paid and you're already under contract. You could do that, but it's the best practice is to do this early on. I have a whole class on opportunities, so I'm not going to go into all the details, but I make this thing called an opportunity. So if somebody I get on the phone with them, they say they want to buy or sell in the next 12 months, I make an opportunity. It's my pipeline. It's how I keep track of people. So I'm not going to go into all the steps of creating an opportunity today. So we've got a whole 1-hour class on that. But what I want you to see is if I have an opportunity, okay, so here's an opportunity for Mickey Mouse, the listing. You might not have ever noticed this, but in your opportunity, there's a tab called marketing. And when I click on that tab, Command is automatically going to suggest some designs that are appropriate for the stage that opportunity is in. Okay, so this particular opportunity I clicked in is under contract. And so Command is suggesting us under social post, you know, a few different social posts there that I could do under contract. If I were, if it was an active listing, it's going to give me different pictures here. And if it's sold, I'm going to get different things here. So this is just another way to get to the same stuff you were already doing, but you might already be in the opportunity, and it's just a really quick way to get to it and access it.
So you stayed in opportunities and then you went to.
And then I clicked on the marketing tab. That would open up that particular opportunity.
So you have to open up.
Yeah, open up whichever one you want to work on.
Okay.
And then there's a tab called marketing. And it's not anything different than what you've already been doing. You know, just suggesting a few good social posts or other documents for wherever that client is in the stage. Yeah, click on marketing. Perfect. Yeah, and then scroll down a little bit, that's it.
No, that's not.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to point it out there. Okay, another cool thing you can do with marketing your listing. You can have command print and mail postcards for you. So I often do a just listed postcard or a just sold postcard. And I've gotten listings from doing this. And what command will do is automatically send the postcard to the houses that are surrounding your listing. Okay, so here's why you'd want to do that, right? So you just got this house listed. I might at the beginning of the listing send out a just listed postcard and then send out a just sold postcard to those same neighbors at the end. You know, just to try to get another listing in that neighborhood. You know, keep yourself top of mind. It's very easy in command. Command's gonna do it all automatically. It's gonna mail them out and everything. So I'm about to do it, and I'm gonna go as far as my credit card number, and then once, I'm not gonna actually pay for it. I'm gonna hit cancel at the very last second, but we're gonna do the whole thing, okay? And this is under campaigns. So on the left side of my screen, I'm going to the campaigns applet. We're going to be using the campaigns applet in a couple of weeks. I have my Facebook ads class in about 2 weeks. So come back for that. I'm not going to touch on it today. That class, if you're coming back for it, it takes the entire hour and I'm rushing through to get it in an hour. So it's kind of a lot to explain. The actual ad isn't that long. It's that we have to do a smart plan to work with the ad. So if you're coming to that class, practice up on smart plans first, like understand those ahead of time, because I won't have time. We need to use a smart plan, but I won't have time to teach you smart plans during that class. Now, also the other 2 things you need to run a Facebook ad, you need to have a Facebook business page linked to your personal page. And I recommend you also have a Twilio account so that you can automatically text all these people. Okay. So that's for a couple of weeks. I'm just giving you a heads up now. If you're coming back for the Facebook ads class, Twilio account, Facebook business page, and you want to have some understanding of smart plans before that. I think it's like the last week in November. I think it's in about 2 weeks. So, all right, but that's not what we're doing today. Today we're marketing our listing, and I want to show you how to do direct mail postcards from command. All right. So to do that, I'm going to click on campaigns. This is my campaigns applet. And then at the top of my screen, I'm going to click direct mail. All right. If I had any recent direct mail, you would see it there. Okay. And I need to just start a new campaign. Okay, bottom right corner, I click this little plus sign. It says create campaign. All right, I have to say, what type of campaign do I want to do? So in our situation, we want to do direct mail. Okay. All right. Anytime your campaign or your postcard is going to be about a listing, even if you're really trying to get buyers from it, always choose advertise listing. If you want it to pull in information from a listing, that's the only way command is going to know to do that. So I'm going to choose the option advertise listing, and I'm going to type in the property address is what I usually do.
Okay, so
Yeah, it just, you need a name for it. So I did 1827 Bank just sold. You might have just listed, whatever your postcard happens to be. And again, we're not going to do this all the whole way. We don't want to pay for a postcard. We're going to cancel at the very last second. Okay, so I typed in a name. I clicked on advertise listing as my goal. And then I'm going to scroll down to the bottom and click create campaign. Okay, so no matter what your real purpose is, if you're using a listing, always do advertise listing. And then I'm going to type in the property address. If you're not seeing your property address, let me just point out that I have some options here that have, oops, I got to just move all this Zoom stuff out of the way. Okay, under my status, I can choose some different options like closed, sold, under contract. I also would suggest that you choose show all listings. If you're not if you're doing somebody else's property, like if you're trying to find mine, it can't have your name on there. You can also search by the listing agent or the MLS number, which sometimes I think is better. Yeah, all right. No, it's not finding it. All right, let's find it on MLS. I'm noticing on mine, I need to do sold, not closed to get my listing. Okay. Yeah, try sold.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right, so I put in a property address. I found my listing, I selected it. Like now it's gonna kind of walk me through the steps, yeah, now. Through the steps, I'm reading a postcard. Okay, so I've got my listing selected. And then I just go step by step. So under content, I need to choose, I'm gonna use one of these default templates, right? Here's what I've got. I could upload a custom template, but I'm gonna use a default template. I'm gonna choose the 4x6" postcard size because it's cheaper. There are templates with larger size postcard, but they're gonna cost you more money. So if I hold down my mouse button on this little arrow, you know, I've got like large template, modern, large template, contemporary. I'm gonna do that smaller one. Okay. I'm gonna choose a listing status. I'm gonna update the number of bedrooms and bathrooms if I need to. And then if I want to, I can change the text here. You know, sometimes I do that because sometimes my description, I'm doing a just sold postcard, but my description says, you know, open house on Saturday or something like that. So you might need to modify your text. You can have up to 350 characters. So you can see mine is too long, right? It says I have 455 in my MLS description and I'm only allowed 350. So I'm going to have to delete some of this text. Okay, I deleted something, so now I'm fitting in below the 350 character limit. I'm going to pick a listing image. All right, so when I click on listing image right here, it shows me all the images from my listing. And I'll pick which one I want to have on the postcard. I get a small image size error all the time because I tend not to use really large size images in my listings, and I've never had a problem with it. So if that is happening to you too, don't worry about it. All right, so I chose a photo. My photo is there too, and I'm scrolling down and I'm just checking all this info. Okay, that all looks good. Then I'm going to hit save. Looks like I'm missing something. Yep, doesn't like my phone number. Let's try again. Hey. Everybody safe? Okay. I don't care. Yeah, we just want to do a postcard. We just want to get this, you know, to the part where you see how you do it. Yeah. So it's totally fine if it's somebody else's. It's fine if the picture's ugly, because when you're doing this for real, you're going to do a nice photo. It'll be yours. All right. As soon as I hit save, look, it's showing me what my postcard looks like. All right. So already you can see this looks pretty good, right? Like that didn't take very long. It says Keller Williams. It has the price. It has some details. It has the photo I picked.
Can I change well, let's say it said 210, but I sold it for 217.5.
That was
The way to change
it was the prior screen where you would change that.
Okay.
Yeah, where you had all those options of switching the things, that's where you would do it.
Yeah. You might also want to turn on tracking. Okay, so here's what this tracking is going to do. it's going to put a QR code on your postcard. And if a person scans it, it can go to whatever page you want it to. So you could have something on your own website that it's going to, you know, whatever you want it to be, you'd have to first make this page, have a page where it goes, to, which could be your website. All right, but it's great because then people will scan it in, right? Handy. Okay, I have to choose the landing page that it's going to. All right, now I'm going to hit configure targeting. Oops, looks like I missed something. See, it didn't like it. I skipped one. Oh, yep, I sure did. All right, so if you have any mistakes in there, it's not going to let you go forward. All right, so check your work. Don't make a mistake like I did. Yes, ma'am. I got to this once I thought I was done, I clicked configure targeting in the upper right corner. And it says, are you sure you want to create the campaign? I'm going to say yes, even though I'm going to cancel in a second. If you don't have a landing page, just don't do that QR code. So you can see how it has red here. So something in the market center is not right. So click expand and fix what it has in a market center. Working? 2.204. Something's missing. Scroll down and see what it is. So under content, something's wrong, and under market center, something's wrong. It needs to be in a valid format. So sometimes if it's, you know, it has to be like with the parentheses and everything.
Is this where you say to change it?
It was after that.
Okay.
Yeah. It was under
Change.
content.
Oh.
Expand the content.
I got it.
Yeah, let's scroll down. Listing details. There you go.
Oh.
Yeah, and we don't care, right? We're not really sending this, so. I'm really more concerned with you seeing how to do it, not it doesn't matter if you have a nice postcard,
Okay.
right? Okay, all right, so now, okay, good, excellent. All right, so from here, first of all, I need to choose how many homes I want to target. Okay, so right now mine's set to 200, but I can drag this bar and send more postcards or fewer postcards. Okay. About 200 is a good number though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to spend that much money, you know? All right. And then I can choose to exclude certain things. Okay. So I don't usually choose to change by the number of bedrooms or anything like that, because I don't care about, you know, I don't mind if the house I'm selling has more or less. The one thing I do change a lot is last year sold. Okay. Because in my opinion, if somebody just bought their house last year, like in 2022, they're not likely to sell. And that's what I'm trying to get. So I usually have the last year sold. I usually go back to like 2020, 2019, whatever you pick. I want them to at least live in the house for a few years if they're getting this postcard. Okay, so you got yours changed. Good. Yeah, my screen looks a little different because I'm not left side of the thing, you know. You there? Okay. All right, good.
I'm not saying that as well.
Oh, okay, good, yeah. All right, and if I scroll down, you can see the actual houses that it's going to surrounding your listing. You know, so
Oh, so you don't have to pick, it'll pick it for you?
it automatically picks the number you said. If I say I want 200 houses that were sold, you know, more than 4 years ago, it'll just give me the closest 200 houses sold more than 4 years ago. Okay. Yeah, I know, it's great. It's really, really great. If I check this checkbox here, then one will be sent to the company address. You'll get one here too. You have to pay for it. So it'll send you a postcard too, here. Just so you can, well, it'll be the exact thing so that you can see it. Exactly.
Could
Exactly.
you use this for me too?
Well, that's exactly what it's for. The purpose of doing this is so that one of these neighbors calls you to list their house.
Could you do that around where you live at?
You could, yeah, but I would say this, it would be expensive, right? Because when you mail a postcard for lead gen purposes, you probably have to mail it once a month for a whole year. Okay, so, and that's called farming, we're gonna have classes on it, it's a workshop for farming.
Okay.
Okay, because we're gonna be talking about that at some point. Okay. All right, you got this on your screen? All right, good. Mine is doing weird things because of stupid Zoom. Okay. You got it? No, she's got hers, okay. All right, so if you click,
Next.
yeah, and if you click next, it's gonna take you to the place where you can put your credit card info in. So let's not do that, but look at the top, because you see what it's gonna look like.
Oh, so that'll be the back of it.
That's the back. Doesn't that look nice?
Good.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can do a postcard in like, 5-10 minutes.
There we go.
Can you do like just lease or just renting?
No, okay. Yeah, yeah. But there's ways to design your own postcards and things and send like, way beyond what I can cover today, but there's ways you can get faster. Well, thanks for coming today. We gotta